I'm just gonna be Wachowski'd again by evidence.
I suppose, if nothing else, this is a Far Eastern charade.
Oh, what? Oh, pfft. Wow!
Just going to show the evidence and show
Right.
this badge, apparently.
Nope.
Put a pin in her, Naruto.
What happens when my mouse is right over the keys?
No, but an ill-bred puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book.
Your book!
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to KBTV Under the Sun. We are on the first case, and Ryanovsky is trying to figure out if there's some real obvious clue that they clearly missed previously, staring at us in the face at the moment.
I don't see it. There's no obvious clue.
We all know photographs are completely unreliable.
Yeah, obviously.
Ryanovsky did it. End of series.
Wow.
Take that!
Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this.
Yes? What is it?
Ugh, he's still miles away. Probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. Alright, she did just smash that bottle, didn't she?
I mean, yeah, if the person that you're translating for smashes the bottle on the floor, that does kind of make you think, huh, maybe I'm in the wrong side of history here.
I'm also surprised that they're on carpet, right? You know, I'm kind of surprised that glass managed to break, because, like, from that distance, I don't think it would break on a carpet.
That'd be funny if she just, like, dropped it and it didn't even break, it just bounced on, like, the soft carpet, like, oh
Yeah.
shit,
See,
I did not think this through.
That's what
No,
I
that's
was
just
I'm just going to
Then she
smash it
stepped
with
on
my
it.
foot now.
As
And
you
now, the power of heels!
As you said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you? And yet you still tied a woman.
Absolutely.
I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day.
Objection!
Wait a minute! Where are you go- Where are you going with this, little boy?
It's just a memory that's been troubling me.
It's a memory.
I saw the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw that on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on was a splattering of blood. A spattering.
Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor.
No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. Discord didn't catch you.
Ouchie was stunned into silence.
Yes.
I said it like 5 times before Discord could pick it up.
For blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor, as you were. Giselle Brett.
Beg your pardon?
Objection!
This is beyond ridiculous! Fabricated nonsense! Is this court seriously expected to believe something the accusers apparently remembered seeing?
Hold it!
Well, was that me? Oh, that was me. Wait, no, that was
That was
Hosonaga.
Hosonaga. Yeah,
I
I thought
forgot
that.
Hosonaga had a voice.
This...
I completely forgot they gave him one audio clip.
This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to.
Inspector, you mean...
Yes, I took the plate, in the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it.
How much evidence did you take?
You did
A lot.
How did he pocket them all?
Easy. I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. And I did it all in the name of justice.
Then we can find out for sure whether or not there's a bloodstain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now. Rubble, 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 rubble.
I'm hungry for steak now.
Me too. Inspector, the court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately. Yes, sir?
I think that was
Who
you.
was that?
I think, Inspector is probably Hosonaga, so I'm assuming
Yeah,
that
but
was Hosonaga.
it's weird they didn't give him a name.
Right?
For that one,
Right?
yeah.
Okay. I got confused.
It's alright, man. I got
Well,
confused.
Hosonaga got confused. Sorry for the delay. Here is what you ordered. The steak.
Oh god, that steak it must be so bad right now.
That'll
Well-
be $35.99.
Not for rotten steak, no thanks.
I
Well-
lowered the
The
price.
GameStop?
Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it?
Of course there isn't.
Quickly, Inspector! The Blood Man! Show the court!
I think he's been showing it all at this time.
Of course. Examine the plate at your leisure.
Huh.
Wah, wah, wah.
No blood. No blood anywhere. But, no, that's impossible! Well, he did say he took 2 steaks, didn't he?
This
I
is
know
the
I-
single. This is
What?
the single most involved first case ever.
Yep.
I know I saw it. I'm sure of it. I mean, even the cuts don't look right. I was right there on the table behind the professor. There was blood on the side of the plate.
What an what an unbecoming expression, little boy.
This fucking song.
You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. I couldn't agree more. In the case of this disgrace to the Empire.
But, Ouchie, I have bad news for you. You are also Japanese.
Not in spirit. In spirit, he's a dumbass. I believe we may finally have reached a conclusion in this trial.
Did we?
Please. Please.
Let's hope so. This let's pretend attempt at a courtroom proceedings is painful to watch.
You just summed up the first Ace Attorney game. Right there. Right there. That was it. That was it. That was a summary of Ace Attorney 1.
I think that's a summary of all the Ace Attorney games, to be fair.
It's not just the first one.
Look, I can only tell you the first one because I experienced it.
But I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over.
Stress! For the umpteenth time!
Our looking stick reveals the facts all too clearly. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest.
Plate of steak. This meat that Miss Brett ordered for lunch, it was removed from the victim's table after the incident.
Was it? Was the plate I
That's
saw?
what Inspector Hosonaga did, according to my reports.
I don't think it was on her table, but okay. Or I thought I saw. Just a figment of my imagination? This is it now. I've lost.
Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. Not until the final gavel.
Huh?
We've had like 7 final gavels.
Right?
Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward, no matter what.
Also, you just got new evidence.
Believe in myself.
You just
Really?
gotta believe.
Oh, get out! Oh, get out!
Huh.
Get out right now!
No, I love Parappa the Rapper. Maybe I should at least examine the evidence for myself.
As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, I presume any further examination of evidence in this trial will be unnecessary.
I'm going to examine it when it cues me to examine it because it's not necessary for me to examine at this moment, I don't think.
Does the defense have any objections?
I have several, but I'm not the defense in this
That
case.
bloodstain was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal any other clues at all? Yes. Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth.
The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with the beef steak.
I mean, Ouchie's got a point.
Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial.
I mean, the only person procrastinating is you not admitting that you did it.
I'm sorry, Lord Frieza, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I'm completely satisfied that all reasonable doubts has been dispelled.
Excuse me, I'm a proper English gentlewoman.
Yes, Lord Frieza.
See. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it?
Thank you, Your Excellency. This judge is a reasonable guy.
Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court to what you are alluding. Where precisely on this plate of beef steak is this new clue to be found? Can you turn the steak around?
Turn the steak over. Ah, you can.
Huh?
Huh?
What in the world is this?
I think it's a Koban coin, and the hallmark is from the Hoei era, I believe.
No, I mean, what is it? I mean, what's it doing there? Wait, did you say it was a Hoei Koban?
Yes, and apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable.
Huh.
Waluigi steak.
This isn't the first time today that there's been talk of a Hoei Koban. Honestly, with the way the steak is lifted and where the Koban is, it looks like it's a mouth opening with a tongue. Wow.
I can see that.
I've heard of pearls before swine, but I never heard of bullion in bullion. I can't pronounce that.
It's bullion.
Bullion and bullion?
And I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means... Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and let that dialogue play, too.
I certainly never expected to find a precious coin underneath this thick cut of meat. And it's from the Hoei era, too. That would make it really quite valuable.
How old is this steak?
It's well marinated in the juices, as well. Look.
What, are you thinking of eating it?
No, but the next time I order a steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure. My heart's gonna be racing as I lift up the meat and peer underneath it for a prize.
Oh my god.
I don't think that's how it works.
I think you might have the wrong end of the stick about this, Ryunosuke.
A Koban coin underneath this steak.
This isn't like Lucky Charms cereal, where you just like race to the bottom of the bag and see where the prize is.
There's only one logical explanation. Alright, well, got it!
It's the secret ingredient.
Good gracious, that's...
Hey, come on!
What on earth?
Hoei Era wanted that. I'm slipping into Phoenix.
Miss Brett, this is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question, is it? Tell me, why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat? Shut up! Oh, okay.
Ridiculous question! How should I know? I've never seen a thing like that before in my life. I don't know what it is, but I want no part of it.
I fail to see how this is relevant. Coin underneath the meat. That could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef in a moment of distraction.
Objection!
Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen. A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be underneath that piece of steak.
You know, this is Ace Attorney. I am willing to believe anything.
If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now.
He's right. It can't be a coincidence.
So don't rip up your ticket.
Yeah. Your Excellency,
Yes, Counsel?
a rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak? If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now. You're not
You're
even
not a lawyer!
It's not a job if you're not getting paid hard enough. Whatever.
Means don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway.
Damn, Ouchie, that was the sickest
Damn.
burn you had, like, the whole game, actually.
Perhaps, little boy, you should realize this is you who is irrelevant.
Even though I'm the one on trial here?
You're irrelevant, but you're
Not a lawyer
accusing me for
relevant.
killing for me.
The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under that steak.
The owner?
I know it's been like 8 videos, but like we have met the owner, sir. Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. The owner
Bruce
of the
Goodman.
Koban that was found underneath this beefsteak? No, it's John Wilson. Where the hell is this old man? There we go.
Take that!
Obviously, it can only be the antiques dealer and owner of Rasute, Kuryo Kurikuta-san.
Kiryu? As in Mr. Cucumber something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are all quite unfathomable.
Cucumber man.
Ma'am, your name is Bullet.
You have a swan on your head that is alive.
It's the highest fashion in Britain right now, have you know?
Who calls their child Jezzael? Bullet. Ah, yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct?
Yes, Your Excellency.
I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired.
The gunshot interests me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hoer Koban, my prize coin.
Then this whole era Koban, do you mean to tell me?
Ouchie, I don't think you should have, but okay.
No! But why would Kodakuta-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and its plate? It makes no sense.
Which is why I'm asking to bring Kurikura-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him.
Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. Without a moment's delay.
Okay, you got it, boss.
Rubble. I can't believe we've come back around to that pair again. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch, that if we chase down the real significance of this Koban, we'll find that it's a key element in the case.
Oh god.
They're back. Wow, this is
That's
a
a lot of
very
people.
this is a busy witness stand.
What's this all about? Why have I been called up again?
I want you to know I was about to start doing Waluigi. Then I remembered this is Final's character.
Don't you realize it's dinner time for little baby Ado?
The reputable.
My son's belly is empty. He's fiercer than a pack of wolves.
It's okay. Reputable Lewis, son, guy, sensei can be baby Ido.
Why? Why though?
Exploited by the police we were, like miserable dogs, forced to bear false witness. And when cast from this courtroom, myself, I became a ruined man in a trice.
A worthless, withered antique. I don't even understand what I'm saying. Nothing more have I to say. The sun has set on this Rasute shop's owner's existence.
You know what? Do me a favor, Taisa. Do me a
What?
favor. The next time he talks, talk in a Yoda voice.
I tried to do Yoda, and I couldn't do it. We did this a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Yes.
I tried
Oh
to
my
Yoda.
god, how long has this first case been going?
A month.
Oh my god. Be that as it may, Korakuta-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Rasute memory serves, have you ever seen this Koban be-
That's...
Mother! Yes! God.
Well, pardon me, sir. That's it, that one. The very one. The very exact one that it is. The resplendent, splendiferous Hoei treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day.
Hey, it can't be.
Huh. As I thought.
Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool. Put me out of my misery. Where?
Gladly.
Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped?
Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere.
We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking in the seasoned meat's juices. So I'm afraid it's no longer a collectible.
Sandwich? Soaking? Seriously?
Clearly it couldn't have fallen there by accident. Which means... somebody must have hidden it there on purpose.
Somebody concealed my Hoei treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate? Who would do such a thing? Such an unconscionable thing?
Unconscionable.
I'm old.
Got a good point.
Gee, I wonder. There's a guy sweating right next to Hosonaga. Never mind.
Like, excuse me. Could I say something?
Yes, of course.
No.
Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga. I mentioned this earlier on in the trial, but... I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case.
Yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation.
La Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected.
So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it?
Yes, I took on the job of waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief.
So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems.
I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Korikuta-san's Koban is all too clear.
What?
What?
Everyone's saying what now?
Nani?
I think the court would like to hear the defense. I think the court needs you all to shut up for a second. Alright, we get it out of our system?
Yes.
We done with the nanis and the whats and the Ks? Alright, okay. I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on the— what did I just say, Ouchie? What did I just say, Ouchie? I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Tell us, who is the despicable scoundrel that stole Korakuta-san's Koban and hid it under the steak?
Again, it's
Chris
John
Goodman.
Wilson.
Take that!
Obviously, it can only be you. Sergeant Yesanosa.
What? How? How dare you? You monster!
What'd I do? Monster?
I stole that coupon, did I? I'm the master thief of the carnival, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me. It was Otto. Otto was the mastermind behind all of this.
What? Even the baby's confused.
Even Ouchie's confused.
I'm sorry, I've lost a lot of blood from that knife wound.
You would push the blame for your crimes onto your own son? An innocent little baby? It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa.
No, you don't get it. The baby's a kleptomaniac.
I'm getting like boss baby vibes now.
Oh no.
Oh. That sounded like a very good back crack there.
That sounded like Road Roller right there.
Nippon Imperial Army, Sergeant Iosa Nosa, preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir.
The freaking baby. The baby.
I heard Road Roller in there and it was excellent.
Yes, let me too.
Get in there.
Do any of you know of the extraordinarily low wages the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe?
I understand that the temporary increase in taxation owing to the recently ended conflicts remains in place. As I've heard, it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes. Oh, and I have heard.
All I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son.
That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant.
The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days, I'd go there and do reconnaissance for a target. And I'd enjoy chopping my way through a good steak at the same time.
It sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife and fork, even. Which is worryingly believable.
And your target that day was the old man and his koban? Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all.
A veritable phantom thief you are.
I didn't
Never
know this.
saw coming.
I was gonna say.
I was all set to leave the steak as I was halfway through devouring when it happened.
Bang. Yes, when the professor was shot.
I knew that if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. Otto, too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could. On the double. I slipped it under the steak, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date. In hindsight, this was a stupid plan.
Well, hey, it's a later date now.
I mean, when you're in a panic, sometimes you just make bad decisions. I think that's Giselle.
Yep.
This is ridiculous.
I love her. She's standing on the side with all these men, and I'm sure she's just like, I'm sick and tired of men right now.
Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd plot planning in your own time.
Well, Miss Brett.
Of course, dear lady, of course. How rude of us.
Excuse me.
Oh, I didn't know you were the judge, Ouchie.
I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all. May the esteemed gentleman please be excused, Your Excellency?
No.
I said please.
No.
Yes.
Indeed. The theft of the koban was clearly perpetrated by this baby-saddled sergeant. And I seem to have short-term memory, so It would certainly appear to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder.
Of course it is. Hiding a coin under a lump of meat. The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me.
Did we all forget the point of this?
Nonsense, is it?
We all just forgot the point of this, didn't we?
I mean,
well, oof.
I mean, considering the length of this case, I guess I can see why they just forget the point.
We literally just brought up the steak like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, short-term
Did
memory
we forget
it
the
is.
part? Did we forget the part that what we proved is that this wasn't Giselle's steak?
Did we prove that yet?
We just proved that it was what's-his-face's, Yesanosa's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so where's
Which
her
means
steak?
it wasn't hers.
As for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork. It's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness.
I know, bitch.
Very well. Now that all questions concerning this witness's testimony have been answered,
They have not, sir?
I see no further justification for detaining her. Like I said, I have short-term memory. Also, I just want this to be over at this point.
I mean, fair.
Miss Brett, you are free to leave.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone. And good day.
Yeah, me too.
Now
I
rendering.
love that face.
Now rendering.
Ryunosuke, what's the matter with you? This is no time for daydreaming.
Oh, no, it's just something about Miss Brett's parting words there got me thinking. I can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said jarred with me. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up.
If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking. Make your voice heard.
Sorry?
You can think later, but if you don't call out now, it'll be too late. The trial will be over.
Cosmo can read your mind.
Okay. Hold it! Wait, Miss Brett!
What is it now?
I'm afraid, just one last time, there's something I'd like to ask you. For real, this is the last time. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a few moments ago.
What are you talking about? Contradiction.
Objection!
What new student nonsense is this?
Hey, maybe you should just go to school.
Ouchie, he's a second year last I checked, so what do you mean new student? What are you talking about?
Do you need to go to school? Like, I'm sure that the government can provide funding for you to go to school. Like,
Community spin-off game, Ouchie and Community College.
Well, what parting words are you talking about, Ryunosuke?
The thing we saw literally a minute ago.
Yep.
Hiding a coin under a lump of meat. The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness.
Yes, I'm right. What she said there exposed an undeniable contradiction. Takumi, why do you focus on really weird stuff? You could have just said that the steak plate was not hers, so we should go and examine her actual steak plate.
Yeah,
because this is just gonna drag for so long. Oh my god.
Because in how he writes his characters, Hosonagu would be like, no, I found this at her spot. It's her steak. I know that because it was at her spot.
I'm gonna need to see evidence, counsel. Is Miss Brett, if Miss Brett's words truly are contradictory, where's the evidence to prove it?
The steak.
I put my money in the steak.
The steak that Miss Brett had been eating before the professor was killed, yes. Go on.
More accurately, Your Excellency. The steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed.
You're just splitting hairs.
Not true. Doesn't something about this steak strike you as very unnatural?
Natural? What on earth do you mean?
It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten. I see if you've noticed it too, Miss Brett.
Noticed what exactly, Counsel?
Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork.
Of course she did! She's a refined English gentlewoman herself!
Then take a good look at this steak. In particular, the edge where it's been eaten. God, we're being extra thorough here. As you can see, there are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks there.
Ah!
We only got Giselle out of all that.
I did. Ouchie so many times.
It looks like Miss Brett has realized something.
So, if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all.
Objection!
Ouchie is falling asleep.
It's your actual point! Perhaps the delight from this Brett was revenant.
Oh, she's sweating now! Come on! Come on!
Whatever you say, dear lady!
As I said, I really must be leaving now.
Oh, no, you're not.
After the tea with the Minister of Justice could not possibly wait any longer.
Of course! This will all be over in a blink of an eye! Rest assured, I am not put this rookie in his place! Just...
I've had enough.
irritating the spectacled samurai relic! Of course! Dear lady!
What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers?
Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She realized the catastrophic implications these teeth marks in the steak have for her.
Ryunosuke, do you know where you're going with this?
No, not really.
Yes!
Yes.
I didn't.
Now at last, it all comes together. The mysterious teeth marks in the steak that had allegedly been eaten with cutlery. The reason why the bloodstain I know I saw somehow seems to have disappeared. And most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day.
I accept that these teeth marks in the steak are a little unnatural, as you put it, Counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us?
Everything, Your Excellency.
I am fighting my internet right now. I am sorry.
Yes,
No,
I
this is
believe
fine.
these barbaric teeth marks in the steak here amount to conclusive evidence in this case.
And that's everything?
That's everything.
Evidence that will prove beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson.
Conclusive evidence? How many times have I heard that today?
A lot.
You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase. Typical Japanese empty threats.
If it's empty, why are you sweating?
How can you be so sure?
Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to the court long ago.
Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court yet.
Hasn't been... what?
But just because it hasn't been shown yet, doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist.
Objection!
It's absurd! The trial has run several hours already! Are you to say there's evidence that's yet to be brought forward?
Ouchie's right, though.
That can't be! I don't believe you have it!
I don't, but there is someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom.
Oh man, just say his name.
And if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve every remaining mystery about this case.
Very well. I have a feeling this will be my last request of the defense in this trial. Who possesses the conclusive evidence that will reveal the truth about this whole affair?
John Wilson.
Why y'all like this?
Would you rather it be Mikatoba?
Mikatoba is the real culprit. Okay, sorry. We're gonna have
It
to
was
stop.
actually Kazuma.
Okay, but we gotta stop
That's
here
why
now.
he left early.
Huh?
It was actually Kazuma. That's why he left early.
Please. Okay, alright, we gotta stop here now because we are definitely over time, but the next piece of evidence is indeed the last thing we do need to present, so we're gonna conclude this in the next video. We'll see you guys then.
This is why Rise from the Ashes was like 26 videos long.